Welcome, friends, family, and caregivers to the graduation of South Shore Technical High School class of 2026. I'm Emily Burns, Assistant Principal, Director of Curriculum and Instruction. Before our graduates make their way across the stage, I'd like to take a moment to introduce those on and off the stage this evening for whom the event itself would not be possible. If you could please give a wave when I call your name. Seated on stage, Sandra Baldner, Principal. Keith Boyle, Assistant Principal, Vocational Director. Dr. Thomas Hickey, Superintendent. Our school committee members who are present here tonight, Abington Representative Thomas A. Petrozelli. Our Hanover Representative, Robert Haywood. Our Norwell Representative, Dustin Reardon, Vice Chair. And our Whitman Representative, Daniel L. Salvucci. Our school committee members who are celebrating their graduates from afar are George Cooney of Cohasset, Francis Molla Jr. of Hanson, Joseph Zambello of Marshfield, Robert L. Mahoney of Rockland, and John T. Manning, our chairperson from Scituate. Also seated off stage are our Student Support Services staff. Director of Off-Campus Education, Bob Mello. Director of Special Education, Katie Berry. Director of Guidance and Admissions, Amy Dow. Our counseling team, Joe Madera, Todd Zahurik, Brianna Colangelo, and Michelle Craig. None of this would additionally be possible without our incredible administrative staff, so thank you so much to all of them as well. And our teachers, incredible human beings. Now let's welcome the class of 2026, led by Student Body Representative Luke McGann.
And now, Paige Osset, Senior Class Vice President, will lead the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, please join me in welcoming Sandra Ballner, Principal, for opening comments.
You may be seated. That was exciting. I'm actually a little nervous. You guys are pretty spectacular. And it's really a gorgeous evening, and I'm just so happy to be here with you all. South Shore Tech's vision of a graduate states that our graduates will be skilled workers, engaged learners, hopeful citizens, and responsible members of their local, national, and global communities. Graduates, you've earned an exemplary in this final assignment. To the families and the friends filling this amazing tent tonight, your presence here means everything. You showed up, you sacrificed, you believed. What happens on the stage tonight is yours as much as theirs. And to the class of 2026, let me tell you something. What you have done here is remarkable. Not just what you've accomplished, but how you've done it. With honesty, with heart, and with integrity that has genuinely raised the bar for every class that will follow. We have watched you compete at the highest levels, classmates earning a #1 in the nation for Future Farmers in America, and a digital visual communication student at this moment competing for the national spotlight at Skills USA. We have watched you lead. Your student government leaders are outstanding. A class act who have unified the seniors from senior sunrise to senior sunset. We have watched you show up for each other in ways that made our building feel less like a school and more like a community. That doesn't happen by accident. That's a choice made over and over again by each one of you. There's something in this room tonight. It's hard to name, but it's impossible to miss. It's what happens when a group of young people decides together they're going to be great. Not just in their shop, not just on a team, a stage, or a field, but in the way that they move through the world. And here's something worth naming. While you were on co-op, you collectively earned over $1 million. The exact number will be revealed later this evening. And you didn't just make money. Some of you changed the trajectory of your life. Just ask Dan Noonan about his experience with the Hanson Fire Department. Dan, we're still not sure if you chose them or if they chose you, but either way, it worked. Many of you have made outstanding decisions to continue your co-op placement after graduation. Others have chosen a college pathway. Members of the class of 2026 heading to schools close to home in Massachusetts or Rhode Island. Others venturing further to New York or Pennsylvania. Some heading all the way south to Florida. And yes, to those of you heading south to Florida, we are a little jealous. Our student athletes have kicked the last bit of dust off our athletic fields. Their fans have sipped their last boba tea from our beloved snack shack. Let's take a moment to mark some of the success that began there. Lacrosse competed this year in the state vocational championship. Basketball and volleyball won the state vocational champions. Football and Football and cross country won their Mayflower League championships, and our largest athletic organization, track and field, celebrated 3 MVPs this spring. And then there's this. The class of 2026 didn't just compete in sports, they created one. This class launched South Shore Tech's first ever rugby team as a co-op, building something from nothing and leaving a program behind for the classes that follow. You've also confirmed a new pattern of sending multiple students onto college as athletes. 3 members of the class of 2026 plan to compete at the collegiate level. For our students from the class of 2026 have accepted the, four students from the class of 2026 have accepted the honor and responsibility of military service. Students, if I call your name, please stand and remain standing to be recognized for your commitment. For the Army National Guard, Gavin Meinhold and Ethan McAloney. Accepting service in the United States Marine Corps, John O'Connor. And Luciano Gabe Cavallo. Thank you for your service. You may be seated. And before the celebration continues, one more acknowledgement is due. And students, if you know, you know. The South Shore Tech Parents Association poured their heart into you. And the impact of their efforts has been felt in ways both seen and unseen throughout not just this year, but your entire time at South Shore Tech. Behind every great senior class is a parent association that somehow manages to organize, fundraise, show up, also while raising and feeding you. No small feat. They were truly extraordinary, and this class is the better for it. Thank you, parents. Class of 2026, this night belongs to all of you. Let's celebrate. At this time, please join me in welcoming Dr. Hickey, the Superintendent Director of South Shore Regional School District, for a few words.
Are you ready, kids? I can't hear you. All right, Miss Baldner gave out a lot of flowers there. Let me shine a light on the flowers here. Horticulture did these right here. Carpentry built this podium. Metal Fab did the front and the sides. DVC designed the logo. What else do we need to say? This is the school we are. We're very proud of it. So I'm grateful for all the groups that Ms. Baldner recognized, and I also want to extend my gratitude to the members of the class of 2026. Your professionalism, your pride, your quality of your workmanship has been nothing short of outstanding. Clearly, you win awards, and you also win over the customers and the clients with your kindness. You build many amazing things, but you also build relationships with people in our communities. I'm grateful because you are the best ambassadors for vocational technical education in the state. And part of my job is to go to our 9 communities and talk about our school and what our school needs. And you make my job so much easier because you have shown our communities a valuable return on investment through your achievements and the promise of more to come. So again, I say thank you to all that you've done in your time here at South Shore Tech. Well done. But I also want to share another thought. Despite all that you've learned in high school, I have a theory that you actually knew a lot about the workplace and work ethic from a very young age, and maybe you'll agree. So I've got one question for you. It may be the last question you have to answer before you get that diploma across this stage. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? I'd say you pass. Well done. Well done, graduates. We're done. Yeah, I got to thank SpongeBob SquarePants as well, because I think he taught you a lot about workplace wisdom at a very young age at the bottom of the ocean. The Krusty Krab might have been your first virtual co-op placement of sorts. As kids, you saw SpongeBob in action as the model employee. He took care of his equipment, which was a spatula. He was always in uniform. He set a very loud alarm clock. Do I have a horn here? Any horns here? Yes, right there. That got him up every morning. He got to work on time. He went above and beyond the call of duty every day. And I'm pretty sure he was the employee of the month, nominated by himself every month. You got to know Squidward, poor Squidward. He hated his job. His passions were elsewhere. Nothing made him happy, and of course, SpongeBob's enthusiasm annoyed him every single day. And the boss, Mr. Krabs, he was very focused on himself, the Krabby Patty formula, and making money, money, money. And he was not always kind to his employees. And of course, he had a nemesis, Plankton, who was an unethical boss, and he served up an inferior product at the chum bucket. And can we forget? We cannot forget lovable Patrick Star. Yeah, he's a friend of SpongeBob's and his total opposite, and he was just content to be pulled along with the tide. So class of 2026, as you go forward to your next adventure, along with your South Shore Tech toolkit of skills and your habits of mind, I encourage you to be guided by this SpongeBob wisdom as well. Strive to be a model employee like SpongeBob without making work the entire purpose of your life. Number 2, find the courage to make changes in your career if you start sounding and acting like Squidward. And if you ever become a boss, be sure to show appreciation for your employees, for their hard work and dedication, much more than Mr. Krabs, much more than Plankton. And if you start to resemble Patrick Star, I would suggest that you come back to South Shore Tech's night school program and get some additional hands-on education. Class of 26, it's been a pleasure. I wish you all the best. And now it's my pleasure, you're very lucky to have her, Senior Class President Ana de Abreu.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, administration, for the opportunity to speak here tonight. Thank you for the staff and teachers here at South Shore Tech for helping me every step of the way through freshman year and on. Dear class of 2026, it has been inspiring to look back on the last 4 years and see how far we've come. Freshman year seemed like the start of a new beginning. New classes, teachers, friends, new experiences, like exploratory, all of which would influence our paths moving forward. We came to learn that the high school experience was about change. Although we grew up in different towns with different backgrounds, a new version of ourselves was made. A new version of ourselves as one student body, the class of 2026. Whether you played sports, joined clubs, attended school events, or showed up as a supporter in any way, you made a difference to our school, and you matter. Reflect on those memories. The bond you made with the staff member, the pep rallies, the spirit weeks, these were the simple moments that all contributed to an unforgettable year. When I think about our class, I think about ambition, creativity, and boldness. Nowadays, we're overwhelmed by social media and everyday routine, getting caught up on the regular 9-to-5 or pursuing career goals. Although these are real factors in current society, it doesn't mean that's all there is to life. That's what makes us different. Our class is driven to want more. We want to go on adventures, have new experiences, build new connections, and do the things we have not done yet. Our class is the one to take the next step, to seek out to what is new, to be ambitious. When obstacles come our way, we find tools to help us overcome them. When passionate about an issue, we use all our power to bring awareness. When we want something done, we put in the time, effort, and motivation. In 2026, we're not afraid of being who we truly are. We put ourselves out there with no care in mind, knowing that we are free to create what we want. We bring color to the great places, music to the quiet ones. We bring new ideas and open minds to the places where it seems like there's no room for change. And that's not surprising to me, because today I get to stand here, look around, and see the future. Today, I'm able to see the adults that will keep the trades alive, that will fight for our country, that will improve our health care, that will transform our government, and that will make a difference in society. That is why our boldness speaks louder than anything that we have been through. High school is just a preview of what the world has in store for us. It was an example of persevering through times of failure, lessons learned from big mistakes, and achievements that were once just goals. So as a new season of our life approaches and we all go our separate ways, may we be able to reflect on everything and appreciate how much we've grown and how far we've come. I hope that looking back, we remember the good moments and honor the people that have supported us through it all. Appreciating the ones who've supported us for the past 18 years. Parents, guardians, family members, and friends who are so proud and excited for us as we reach this milestone. I myself am a first-generational student. I'm the first of my family to have the privilege to seek and achieve higher education. This opportunity, however, would have not been possible if it wasn't for the decisions my parents made 8 years ago. Leaving their career, routine, and family behind in Brazil, my parents started over in a new country so I would have the chance to walk across the stage. I know I'm not the only one with this story here tonight. So this is a moment of appreciation to all parents who decided to do the same and start over, so their children would have the opportunity they once didn't. So, in Portuguese, pais, familiares e amigos, hoje vocês estão vendo a prova do seu esforço, trabalho e sacrifício. Hoje vocês podem dizer com muito orgulho que valeu a pena cruzar todas as barreiras para que seu filho não tivesse nenhuma. Só tenho a agradecer a Deus por estar continuando a cuidar de todos nós durante momentos tão difíceis nesse país. Hoje não é um momento de celebração somente do seu filho, mas também é um momento de celebração seu. Mãe e pai, espero ter trago orgulho suficiente a vocês, do mesmo modo que vocês trazem para mim. The opportunities I've accomplished over these years would have not been possible for them. So I say obrigada to my parents. Thank you for believing in me when I couldn't, for trusting me when I felt incapable, and for telling me to go even when scared. So congratulations to us, the class of 2026. This is not an ending, but a new beginning. We may not know what's coming next, but I'm certain that we have enough drive and potential to face whatever challenges come our way. So looking back on these 4 years, I realized that Cesar Pavese was right when he said, "We do not remember the days, but we remember the moments." Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Boyle, Assistant Principal, Director of Vocational Education, with the presentation of Outstanding Vocational Students of the Year Award. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. As we celebrate the class of 2026, I want to take a moment to recognize the outstanding accomplishment of students who have represented South Shore Tech with distinction throughout the year. Two of our premier co-curricular student organizations, Skills USA and FFA, our students have achieved an impressive array of honors, accolades, showcasing their talent, dedication, and commitment to excellence. In Skills USA, members brought home 31 district and state medals, highlighted by a state gold medal in qualification for national competition. Graduating senior Brianna Drummond from the Graphic Design and Visual Communication Shop is currently competing at the Skills USA National Conference in Atlanta. We are proud to have her representing SST on the national stage and wish her the very best in her competition. Our FFA members earned 10 state competition awards, and this past fall, 2 teams competed at the National FFA Convention. In historic achievement, our nursery landscape team earned first place at nationals, including a first place individual award. This is the first time a team from Massachusetts has ever achieved this honor. Congratulations. These accomplishments reflect the dedication, talent, and hard work of our students, as well as the support and guidance of their advisors and instructors. As I announce the Outstanding Vocational Student of the Year awards by program, I ask the students to please stand. The awards will be issued with your diploma later this evening. Representing our Allied Health program, Lavinia Santos. Our automotive department, Nate Bannock. Our carpentry department, John Mazzoni. Our computer information technology program, Aiden Antonetti. Our cosmetology program, Stella Pyers. Our culinary arts program, Lucas Chase. Our graphic design and visual communications program, Olivia O'Neill. Our electrical program, Zachary Abuzid. Our heating, ventilation, and air conditioning program, Vasilis Thadori. Our horticulture and landscape construction program, Logan Peralt. Our manufacturing, engineering, technology program, Daniel Savage. Our metal fabrication and welding program, Cody Klein. And representing South Shore Tech via the whole state of Massachusetts, our Outstanding Vocational Student of the Year, representing South Shore Tech's Horticulture and Landscape Construction Program, Jacob Francischini. Congratulations. It is with great pleasure that I now bring to the podium our Massachusetts Outstanding Vocational Student, Jacob Francischini.
Good evening, everyone. Faculty, staff, administration, families, friends, honored guests, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Jacob Francischini, and I'm proud to stand before you tonight as a senior in the Horticulture and Landscape program at South Shore Technical High School. Tonight is more than just a graduation. It is a celebration of 4 years of hard work, growth, sacrifice, and accomplishment by every student sitting in front of me. This senior class has accomplished incredible things. whether competing for vocational and athletic championships, earning gold medals through Skills USA and the FFA organization at the state and national level, or excelling in cooperative education placements across dozens of industries. This class has represented South Shore Tech with pride, professionalism, and an unwavering work ethic. In fact, 113 seniors participated in cooperative education this year, over 68% of us. Together, we worked more than 57,985 hours and earned over $1,070,290. Those numbers say a lot about what we've accomplished. While many high school students are still exploring future careers, a large portion of us are already gaining real experience in the workforce, building professional relationships, and developing skills will carry well beyond graduation. That's what makes vocational education at ST so valuable. It gives students a chance to step into the real world before they even leave high school. That experience shows who we've become. At South Shore Tech, we're not just students, we're builders, designers, mechanics, electricians, healthcare workers, programmers, carpenters, chefs, and leaders. Over the last 4 years, we've learned how to show up, work hard, and solve real problems together. Coming from Hanson, I knew early on I did not want the experience of a traditional high school. I wanted something different. I wanted variety that would challenge me personally, professionally, and academically. I wanted an education that would prepare me not only for tests, but for life. South Shore Tech gave me exactly that. Here, education goes far beyond the classroom. In vocational education, we learn by doing. We gain hands-on experience, leadership skills, confidence, and work ethic that cannot always be taught from a textbook. The horticulture program has played a major role in shaping who I am today. I learned responsibility, teamwork, patience, and the importance of taking pride in my projects. It taught me the value of hard work and the satisfaction that comes from building something meaningful and seeing the impact it has on others. But none of this would have been possible without the incredible people who support us along the way. The dedication from our instructors, staff, administration, and parents has been amazing. They pushed us to be better every single day. They believed in us. They challenged us, and they gave us opportunities to succeed. I truly would not trade my experience here for anything. One of the biggest parts of my journey at ST has been my involvement in FFA. From the moment I joined South Shore FFA chapter during my freshman year, I knew I was hooked. FFA gave me opportunities I never imagined possible. It introduced me to leadership, competition, public speaking, teamwork, and friendships that will last a lifetime. Through FFA, I've earned 3 individual state titles and 3 team state titles, along with an individual national title. Most recently, I was part of the team that won the 2025 national title in nursery landscape at the FFA National Convention and Expo, the first time a team from Massachusetts has ever won this event. This fall, I'll also be heading back to nationals, competing on the floriculture team and representing Massachusetts once again. But the biggest lesson FFA has taught me that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter whether you come from a small town, a small school, or a small state. What matters is what you're willing to do with the opportunities in front of you. Many people might not expect students from Massachusetts or South Shore Tech to stand on a national stage and compete against the best in the country. But hard work doesn't recognize state lines, and dedication isn't measured by where you're from. If you're willing to put in the time, stay committed when things get difficult, and continue chasing your goals when others doubt you, incredible things can happen. Never let where you start determine where you can finish. As I look toward the future, I know ST has prepared me for whatever comes next, whether it leads to me running my own business someday, continuing my education, or finding new opportunities within the industry. I know the lessons I learned here will stay with me forever. To my classmates, tonight is more than just about receiving a diploma. It's about the early mornings, the late evenings, the deadlines, the projects that didn't always go as planned, and the challenges we had to work through even when we didn't want to. Every long day, setback, and lesson along the way shaped who we are today. We didn't just spend 4 years at South Shore Tech. We learned how to work, adapt, and grow alongside each other. No matter where life takes us after this, I hope we always remember where it began, here at South Shore Tech. Congratulations, class of 2026, and thank you. Now we will hear from your class salutatorian, Taylor Campanile.
Good afternoon, guests, teachers, families, and fellow graduates. We are honored to see all of you make time in your busy life for our class of 2026 graduation. For any of those that don't know me, my name is Taylor Campanile, and I stand before you as your class of 2026 salutatorian. As a high school student, I competed on South Shore Tech's soccer, wrestling, and lacrosse teams. I was a student in carpentry and participated in Skills USA and National Honor Society. I am honored to be standing up here with this group of students representing my fellow graduates and my school. Before I begin, I would like to thank all of our teachers and guidance. Their support and dedication has guided all of us here today and shaped each of us in unbelievable ways. Whether we had them for 4 years as a shop teacher or only 1 year as a classroom teacher, they have all impacted us in ways we will never forget. I would also like to thank friends for their support through the worst of high school. Having someone to confide in and understand us through our hard times is what brings each of us here today. And of course, I have to thank parents and families for raising us our entire lives. You've dedicated the last 18 years to dealing with all of our ups and downs, and I'm sure we will miss you tremendously as we move into this next part of life. Supporting ourselves. I hope each and every one of us has made you proud of the adults we're becoming. As you all know, what makes our school unique is the shops. While most high school students graduate with only knowledge on classes or how to study, this school has taught us even more valuable skills in character and life lessons. One big thing about being in a shop with the same people every other week is sometimes we were around each other way too much. This led to our fair share of arguments and fights. Throughout our 4 years in carpentry, my grade had at least 2 small fights and 3 big arguments. While I would never encourage people to solve their issues with fights or arguments, these ones taught us how to forgive each other and move on. And I might even argue, improved our relationship as a shop. While I am not best friends with everyone in my shop, I could not have asked for a better group of kids to be stuck with for the last 4 years. These groups have formed connections that will not be broken after graduating. Throughout everything this school has taught me, the most valuable lesson I learned was how to work with others. This skill could never have been learned in a classroom where I could just do all the work for my group or do separate pages of the assignment. I learned it through actual jobs in carpentry where I had to trust the other people in my group to do it right to set a good foundation. It may have taken me 4 years, but I believe I have finally learned how to use a group and be a leader to get a project done. To wrap up this speech, I would just like to give one last thank you to this class of students that has shaped me so much more than we'll ever know. While it may not seem like it, every conversation and small moment has taught me worlds about managing relationships and fixing problems. South Shore Technical High School has broken me down more times than I can count, but for every time I got broken down, I got built up stronger, better, and more resilient. I could not have asked for a better school, community, or class of students, and I believe everyone in this class is going to go into the world and thrive and make a big impact on our community. Congratulations, class of 2026. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce your class of 2026 valedictorian, ladies and gentlemen, Leonardo Tenori.
Hello, everyone. My name is Leo Tenori, and I'm honored to be standing here representing South Shore Tech's class of 2026 as your valedictorian. I will first off thank everyone for being here today and give congratulations to my fellow classmates. It's been a long 4 years, and I think many of us are ready to move on to whatever comes next in our lives. I want to thank our teachers, both vocational and academic, for guiding us, supporting us, and helping us grow throughout our time here. All the parents, family, friends who helped us both inside and outside of school. and the staff that work to keep the school up and running, the cafeteria workers, custodians, nurses, counselors, and administrators, and everyone else who has played a role in getting us to this moment. While looking back on our time here at South Shore Tech, I thought a lot about what this school has given us. Of course, our academic classes have helped prepare us for the future, but what makes our school unique are the skills, experience, and teamwork that many others our age rarely get the chance to build in their high school career. And I think that being here every day, surrounded by others who are developing those same skills, can make us forget how valuable they are. For me, someone who cares a lot about academics, this is something I didn't always appreciate. I sometimes worried that if choosing a vocational school had put me on the wrong path for my career goals. Other schools had AP classes or more traditional college prep opportunities, and I wondered if I was missing out. I want to tell you about an experience that brought to light how much I've gained from this school. I've always wanted to be an engineer, so last year, I applied for an engineering summer program for students at the University of Maine. However, the program was quite selective, and I was not accepted right away, having to come off the wait list. I had heard of other students there taking advanced math and science classes, and the fact I was waitlisted made me worried I would be surrounded by people who were much more prepared than I was. But once I was there, competing in competitions, working with teammates, and learning from professors, I realized I was prepared, just in a different way. Because of the time I spent in shop, I had experience approaching problems in a practical way. I could work with tools, communicate with others, and think through a design from start to finish. Even though there were hundreds of students from large high schools across New England, and even some farther from across the country, I was able to place first for total distance in the program's engineering design competition. And I know I would not have been able to do that without what I learned here at South Shore Tech. While only a few of you are learning those same skills along with me in MET, all of us are going to take away something valuable from our respective shops. We have all worked with real tools, equipments, deadlines, and expectations, and many of us will be coming away with work experience from our incredible co-op program. At any other school, a student with these traits would be exceptional, but at South Shore Tech, they are common among all of us. Whatever path we take next, be it higher education, industry, military, or something else altogether, we are leaving this school with more than a diploma. We are leaving with skills and a work ethic that will follow us for the rest of our lives. Once again, I say congratulations to the class of 2026. I'm proud to be a part of it, and I'm looking forward to what comes next. Thank you.
They say that you are the company that you keep, and boy, are we keeping some good company. Amazing to be with you all. And now, what we've all been waiting for, the awarding of the diplomas. Class of 2026, are you ready? Once more with feeling. Class of 2026, are you ready? Would the students in the Allied Health Program please rise? And so it begins. Julia Dalzini da Silva. Ana Elise de Breo. Jessica Allison Falco. Bailey Halpin. Victoria Perea Rosa. Lavinia Santos. Kylie Spano. Would the students in the automotive program please rise? We begin with automotive by celebrating Nathan Daniel Bonnick. Luciano Gabriel Morea Carvalho da Roca. Caden Clinton. Ava Virginia Coffey. Jonathan Duke Generazio. Cameron James Healy. Miles Cecil Hodges Falcone. Michael Sonny Johnson. David Michael Kelly. Owen Michael Coyce. Cameron Scott Marquis. Daniel David Noonan. John McDonald O'Connor. Jim Shannon. Alexander Joseph Taylor is not with us this evening. Would the students of carpentry please rise? Logan Stephen Baldwin. It was worth the wait. Shylin Karen Bolter. Lily Elizabeth Bose McKenzie. Vinny Salvatore Bunker. Taylor Elizabeth Campanillo. Dean John Collins. Lucas Richard Collins. Joshua Michael Camo. Michaela Pearl Coyne. My new friend, Aiden James Grasso. Brandon Scott Inglis. Logan Parker LaPlante. Nicholas Vincent Marsney. John Anthony Mazzoni. Jaden Anthony John Mitchell. Jack Kenneth Warden. Congratulations, carpentry. With the computer information technology students, please stand. Aiden James Antonetti. Jesse Daniel Daly. Zachary Robert Jones. Would the students of the cosmetology program please stand? Gianna Antoinette Chatsko. Danica Taylor Chuli. Olivia Crowley. Emily Elizabeth Duffy. Anjane Winona Hanford. Elizabeth Margaret Keene. Victoria Rose Leiden. Kira Lee Maurice. Stella Pyers. Daniqua Tanea Sage. Lacey Sheriff. Kaylee Ann Smith. Lillian Vermette. Congratulations to cosmetology. With the culinary arts students, please rise. Holly Rose Banks. Abigail Joy Carey. Haley Ann Cachambone. Lucas Paul Chase. Aiden Robert Fairclough. Evelyn Rose Mealy. Caroline Rosa Mitchell. Jacqueline Christine Muchler. Logan John Norton. Aiden James O'Brien. Bailey Elizabeth Regan. Jenny Claire Shamitz. Dylan Miles Shostak. Kiara Lynn Slattery. Sunny Terrell. Fenway Cruz Valiente. Are we going DVC and then electrical? That's okay. I think that's wonderful. Excellent. Hello, DVC. Let's begin by celebrating Minin Ade Al-Sad. Matthew John Anderson. Emma Faith Conley. Nick Conrad Damon. Kai Hefner. Emery Kylety. Olivia Michelle O'Neill. Bella Julianne Oral. Braden Edward Oral. Nathan Robert Oso. Sabrina Jo Quinn. Madison Stevenson. Congratulations to the Digital Visual Communications program, followed by the Electrical program, who will now stand. We'll begin by celebrating Zachary James Abuzaid. Braden Michael Fagan. And Nicholas Joseph Frank. Megan Elizabeth Hallisey. Connor James Harris. Wilder Herzog. Ryan Thomas Cosman. Aiden Christopher Kovaski. Derek Jason L'Italian. Zachary Peter Lord. Ryan James Maroney. Ethan Connor McAloney. Brady James McCarthy. Brendan Patrick McComb. Gavin Michael Meinhold. Justin Matthew Mullen. Andrew Jacob Shepard. Joshua Michael Signor. Devin Smith. Nathan Timothy Smith. Wyatt Alton Spencer. Cameron Michael Spinney. Antonio Ferreira Ventresca. Giovanni Vito Viola. Congratulations, electricians with the HVAC students, please stand up. Let's begin by celebrating Liam John Benzel. Connor David Curvels. We have an alumni of our building as a student and an alumni of our school as a metal fabrication teacher celebrating his grandson tonight. We have Gordon Crozier to celebrate Severin Jasper Crozier. And now we celebrate William Thomas Fury. Lucas Humphrey. Jack Edward Kolbowski. Cameron David Mendoza. Nathan James Mothis. Connor Matthew Peterson. Jason Roshan. Shay David Tangway. Vasilius Billy Thadori. Jacob William Becchioni. Congratulations to the HVAC professionals. Let's now celebrate horticulture landscape construction. Are you ready for it? Jonathan James Bergio. Mark Thomas Byron Jr. Ayana Cullinan. Liliana Rose DeStefano. Amy Lynn Duncan. Jada Marie Falco. Robert Mario Fenton. Jacob John Francischini. Jaden Michael Hickey. Ryan Anthony Holmes. Bo Federico Johnson. Chloe Mason. Luke James McGann. Maximilian David Molnar. Logan James Peralt. Grace Isabel St. Jean. Braden Sean Taylor. Congratulations. Now please rise, manufacturing, engineering, technology. Let's begin by celebrating Greg Fabian Allen. Daniel Gerald McNulty. Lucas Santos. Daniel David Savage. Pedro Rolo Satet. To get it right, it's set. Daniel Arujo Silva. Leonardo Joseph Tenori. Congratulations. And our final closing shop, metal fabrication and welding. Please make your way. Congratulations to Stephen William Bradford. Ryan Matthew Cheney. Michael Angelo De Lorenzo. Alana Megan Fennessy. Alexandra May Frank. Adriana Nicole King. Cody Klein. Aiden James Mather. Aiden Wesley Matheson. John Francis McGrath. Nicholas Michael Minnie. Kayla Noda. Owen Cameron Ortiz. Kayla Aurora Parrish Russell. Henry Louis Cervais. Benjamin Joseph Smith. Andrew James Spath. And the closer this evening, Derek Westerfeld. And now, students, Dr. Thomas J. Hickey, Superintendent Director, to certify your graduation.
Well, it's 7:25. I think we got this place until 8. Anyone else have a speech? Anyone else need a diploma? No? All right. I'll stick to the script. Graduates, please rise. Under the regulations set by the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Elementary and Secondary Education, I now consider you graduates of the South Shore Regional Vocational Technical High School, class of 2026. Congratulations.
And that's all, folks. See you outside.